The Singer 301 sewing machine is a fantastic straight stitch sewing machine that features the first ever slant shank mechanism. Today I'll be giving you some background about this machine, followed by a tutorial on how to thread the machine and how to wind the bobbin. Singer applied for a patent for the slant shank design in 1944, and it was extremely different from its previous models. The 301 was available in 3 colors: beige, a two-toned oyster white and solid beige, and black. You'll notice that mine is marked with the label 301A. The A referred to the Anderson, South Carolina Singer factory, one of the factories that produced these models. There were short bed or longer extension bed variants. Short beds could be placed in a cabinet or used as a portable, and the extension bed versions were portable models only. The machine had the capability to stitch forward and in reverse. The slanted needle allows the sewist to have better visibility of the stitching point. The needle bar on this machine is a 9-degree incline. This does mean that you have to use specific slant-compatible feet and attachments. The electric motor on this machine is concealed within it. There is a built-in light as well. The machine is made out of die-cast aluminum to make it portable. It weighs only 16 pounds. The bobbin winder automatically stops when the bobbin is full. Many of my more modern machines don't even do this. My favorite thing, well, it's a combination of things, about this sewing machine is how fast it is and how quiet it is. It can stitch up to 1,600 stitches per minute while maintaining this lovely whirring sound. Just listen to this machine sew. Very satisfying. In comparison, listen to my Singer 66 sewing machine sew. It is definitely not as elegant sounding. The Singer Featherweight and the Singer 301 share the same class of bobbins and bobbin cases. The reason I bought the 301 was because my Singer Featherweight was missing the bobbin case, and I came across the 301 at the thrift shop much cheaper than what I could buy a Singer bobbin case for. Some people call the 301 the big sister of the Featherweight for this very reason, but really, they are totally different machines with totally different mechanisms and motors. Alright, I've probably rambled on enough about this machine. Let's get started with preparing this machine to sew. Just like Parmesan here needs to keep his fur clean, we need to keep our sewing machine clean by brushing it out from time to time. Well, here is some embarrassing buildup of lint from a recent quilting project and cat fur. Lint built up around the bobbin area can affect the quality of your stitches. I like to use small brushes like these ones to get into the nooks and crannies of the machine. Never ever use canned air, since this just pushes the lint deep into the machine and can make things worse. I don't like to use cleaning products on sewing machines since, depending on the formula, it could damage the finish. Instead, I use a soft cloth or paper towel to wipe it down. To polish the machine, I might use a little bit of sewing machine oil. You can also put a drop of sewing machine oil on the end of your brushes in order to make the lint stick a little bit better. Now that the lint is cleaned out, let's do the upper threading. Raise the take-up lever to the highest possible point. Place a spool of thread on the spool pin. Lead the thread down through the metal thread guide, then lead it from right to left between the tension discs. Hold the spool thread taut and pull the thread up against the take-up spring until it enters the retaining fork. Lead the thread up through the metal thread guide again, then up to the take-up lever's hole. Lead the thread through the hole from right to left. Lead it down through the eyelet, then down through the curlicue thread guide, and finally through the 2 thread guides below that. Thread the needle from right to left. Here's another angle of this process. Now let's prepare the lower threading. Take the bobbin case in your hand and a wound bobbin. The thread needs to unwind counterclockwise like this. Place the bobbin inside, then guide the thread up through the slot and pull it up under the tension spring until the thread comes out the slot at the top. Allow 3 or 4 inches of thread to come out of the case. Hold the latch of the bobbin case and carefully insert the bobbin case into the side of the machine. Hold the upper thread tight, then turn the hand wheel towards you until a loop of bobbin thread pops up. Pull the bobbin threads up. Both the upper and lower threads are now on the bed of the machine. You're now ready to sew. Here's how to wind the bobbin thread. Disengage the needle bar by holding the hand wheel and turning the screw towards you. You'll see that if you've done this properly, the needle bar will not move, but the bobbin winder will if it's positioned against the wheel. Place a spool of thread on the lower spool pin. Guide the thread through the bobbin winder thread tension guide. Take a bobbin and lead the thread through the middle and out one of the holes on the left. Place the bobbin on the bobbin winder and flip the position of the winder so it's as high as possible against the wheel. Use the presser foot to start winding the bobbin. Once it fills, the machine will automatically stop winding. These bobbins are quite small, so if you're doing a big project, you might want to wind multiples of the same color while you're at it. When you're done, put the bobbin winder back down and re-engage the needle bar by holding the hand wheel and turning the screw back away from you. The stitch length can be adjusted from 6 stitches per inch to 30 stitches per inch. Tighten the thumb screw on the stitch regulator lever to hold the lever into the desired position. If you want to reverse the stitch, simply raise the lever into the opposite position. With the thumb screw tightened to the desired number of stitches, when you switch into the reverse mode, the same number of stitches will be used. To start stitching, place your fabric under your needle and lower the presser foot. Hold the threads taut and press the foot pedal to start sewing. Hopefully this video was helpful for setting up your Singer 301 for sewing. Please subscribe to this channel for more sewing videos and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up to help support this channel. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you next time.